I've been getting a lot of questions about my health and if I can explain everything, so I figured we could do that while I set up my IV fluids. This question I've been seeing lately is, why do I eat through my heart? I have gastroparesis, which means my stomach and part of my intestines are paralyzed. After getting diagnosed with gastroparesis, I actually had a nasal feeding tube called an NJ, and I was fed through my small intestine. Shortly after that, I got a surgical feeding tube, which is right here. It has a G port and a J port. So one tube goes into my small intestine and one tube goes into my stomach. The reason my main nutrition is not through my feeding tube is because it started causing me severe pain over a year ago. With anything that I push through it, any formula, any water, any medication, severe pain. So now a couple days a week I do what's called a trickle feed. I use the lowest rate that I can and I put some formula in it so that the rest of my GI system doesn't shut down. Even though I'm not fed orally and I'm fed through my heart and my feeding tube a little bit, I still deal with all of my symptoms. I still deal with nausea and everything. But now I'm able to sustain my life essentially through being fed through my heart and being hydrated through my heart. Now you're probably wondering, how does the stomach become paralyzed? Well, there are tons of different ways the stomach can become paralyzed. Mine is from a condition I developed when I was 17 years old, and that is called complex regional pain syndrome. Complex regional pain syndrome is the most painful, incurable disease in the US. CRPS left me unable to walk, which after extensive physical therapy, I was able to once again, but I'm really lucky. The sensations of CRPS are numbness, tingling, burning. Every sensation that you can think of, you get with CRPS, including heat sensitivity, cold sensitivity, but maximum more than you've ever felt before. Fast forward many years later to my gastroparesis diagnosis. I ended up losing a total of 100 pounds from not being able to eat or drink. Drinking water feels like glass shards in my stomach. Eating causes me severe pain, nausea, vomiting, bloating. My stomach doesn't move, so food will literally rot in my stomach, and sometimes my stomach will bleed. I forgot to mention, when I was 11, I was diagnosed with scoliosis. I had to wear a back brace for many years and was supposed to have a spinal fusion, but I never got it. Since my gastroparesis diagnosis, I've also been diagnosed with POTS, which basically means that when I sit up from laying down or if I stand up, blood pools in my legs and kind of leaves my head and makes me pass out pretty frequently. I also have rheumatoid arthritis that I'm going through infusions for currently, fibromyalgia, I have GERD, I have gastritis, I have dysautonomia, which POTS falls under. Let me hang this up real quick. I was also recently diagnosed with immunodeficiency, which I am currently learning more about. And I also have asthma, which makes things real exciting when I get sick. I'm also currently awaiting several more doctor's appointments with specialists for a lot of pending diagnoses. I know this isn't super in-depth. I went through a lot of testing for all of these. None of this was overnight, and I definitely have some medical trauma, but I hope that gives you a little insight as to why I eat through my heart and all of my things. And while this journey is very hard, I am so grateful that TPN exists and that I had some doctors that listened, because I've been through the ringer a little bit, and I know so many people have been, but TPN has given me some quality of life and lets me be a mom to my kids. If you're new here, I have 2 daughters. They are 4 and 5. They're almost 5 and 6, and they're my whole world.